What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Greybeard back with another Division 2 video. Today is Monday, June 7th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. In today's video, my friends, we're going to be going over the Ubisoft Forward Event, the new season, or the seasonal replay, that starts tomorrow, as well as a few other questions that you've sent the channel over the last week. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. So the first thing I'd like to talk about today is the Season 3 replay, and as you can see here at this moment, we're just over 18 hours away from it actually starting. We do not have any of the data as yet. We're still waiting on, the targets, the global events, the leagues, things like that, but at this point tomorrow, we will have that information. Now, in regards to the rewards that you're going to gain, when it comes to exotics, there are two that are guaranteed in this reward track. You have the Backfire, which I think is at around level 50 or 55, and then you have the Memento Backpack, which is a guaranteed drop at level 90. One other question that I'm getting from a lot of new and returning players is, now that you're back in the game, do you have the ability to get the skills that were attached to previous seasons? And the answer is yes. You can see here, for instance, that once you get to level 53, it unlocks the prime target mission for Season 2. You go through that, and then you will be able to get the skill variant attached to that season, so whatever you may be missing, you'll be able to pick it up during the current season. One final thing I'd like to mention in regards to the seasons before we move on is I've received some messages asking me to put together a video showing you some of my favorite ways to level up as fast as possible, and I will be doing that. That video should drop either tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest. Next, my friends, I'd like to talk about the Ubisoft Forward Event, as many of you have reached out to the channel asking why haven't they brought up the Division in that event. And in my opinion, just because they haven't mentioned it yet does not mean we're not going to get some news this Saturday. Now, in my opinion, I do not think the Division is going to get a lot of the coverage in the event whatsoever. I would be greatly surprised if there was anything more than like a 30-second teaser trailer or something like that, but hopefully we will get something, and more importantly, we'll also get a target date on when we can actually expect something new. The next thing I want to address, my friends, has to do with matchmaking, as I've been receiving a lot of messages with gamers having a really hard time getting matchmaking to work either for a specific mission or in the summit itself. Now, when it comes to matchmaking for the summit, what I recommend doing is this, and for me, this is what works. I don't think it's a guarantee. I've heard from a lot of players that do this as well, but anytime I'm looking to join a random group in the summit for matchmaking, what I do is I look for that group while I'm in New York or DC. So for me, what I do is I go to the base of operations in DC, I open up my map, I go over to matchmaking, I choose the summit, pick my difficulty, and for some reason that really seems to cut down the wait time on my actually being able to find a group. Now moving on to using random matchmaking for specific missions in the game, and unfortunately right now, because the player base is lower than it normally is at the moment, you're going to have a harder time finding a group if it's not a popular mission on that day. Therefore, what I recommend for those of you that are new, just returning, you want to level up your character, you want to do some farming in a group, I strongly recommend just using random matchmaking for a random event in the world or a random mission. You will see that your wait time is much, much faster than waiting for a specific mission itself. The last thing I'd like to talk about, my friends, has to do with exotic weapons, as many of you have reached out to the channel recently asking, if we go back to the first game, that you could equip multiple exotics at once, but unfortunately in this game, you only can equip one at a time. And while I know, yes, you can equip one weapon and one item in this game, previously in the first one, you could have two exotic weapons, you could have multiple exotic pieces of gear equipped, so a lot of people are wondering, will the game actually be introducing that in the future? So as of right now, that hasn't really been a topic that's been talked about in the Division 2 universe. We know that the game is going to be making some major changes at the end of this year, beginning of next, so obviously as soon as we have any more information, I will definitely pass it along. With that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up. Obviously, I wish I had more concrete information for you. However, I personally think that over the next 3 weeks, we're going to be getting a lot of information from this game, and there's going to be no shortage of content to bring you. I'd also like to take a moment and thank you all for your amazing support of this channel. I've been getting questions in regards to Diplomats of the Division. An episode will air either this Friday or next. I'm just getting my new schedule back on track. There's a bunch of stuff going on, but again, my friends, the future looks good and we're going to have a lot of stuff to look forward to. As most of you know, one of my main goals is to continue to build that toxic-free gaming environment that we have here. We are a family. I love you guys. You're amazing. So as always, do not forget, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, please let me know down below. I would also like to mention really quick that this Saturday the 12th for the Ubisoft Forward Event, I will be doing my first live stream. It's going to be audio only, but we'll be talking about what we see on the screen, what's going on, what we can look forward to, and as I said, hopefully some Division 2 news as well. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well, but most importantly, as always, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Damn it. The True Sons have turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. Let them know what you're walking into.
With those rounds. You want to kill everybody in here.
DC-62, detected. Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells as chemical weapons. Can't afford to let the True Sons escape with those. You've got to find a way to close up that tunnel. According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
Hot up here.
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel is smart? Fuck you! You locked yourself in with us. I'll make sure you rot down here.
Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial.